Hi everyone, Stacy Whiter here on behalf of Campus Mortgage with some quick tips for you on using other sources of income on a manually underwritten FHA loan. Now just a quick reminder here before we get started, this video is for informational purposes only and should not be considered legal advice or used in place of FHA guidelines. Also, this video was created on March 14th, 2017, and the information contained in this video is subject to change without notice. So just a quick refresher on FHA Manual Underwriting. There are 3 times when an FHA loan needs to be manually underwritten. First is for borrowers without credit scores. Second is when loans receive a refer response from your automated underwriting system. And third, when loans are downgraded by an underwriter. Now let's talk about effective income for a manually underwritten loan. Effective income refers to income that may be used to qualify a borrower for a mortgage. It must be reasonably likely to continue for 3 years and meet specific requirements based on the type of income. Now we're going to talk about other sources of effective income. So these are income types other than your standard W-2 hourly type income. So as you can see here, we've got some examples: disability benefits, alimony, child support, mortgage credit certificates, public assistance, auto allowances, capital gains or losses, retirement, investment, annuities, trust, expected income, notes receivable, non-taxable income, rental, and border income. Now in this video, we're not going to talk about each one of these. We're going to talk about some of the most common. So let's talk about alimony, child support, and maintenance. So this is income received from a former spouse, partner, or non-custodial parent of a borrower's minor dependent. So the requirements are, if you are using this as effective income on a manually written FHA loan, then you will need a fully executed agreement. So this could be the divorce decree, a legal separation agreement, a court order, or a voluntary agreement. You will also need 90 days of deposits, so you'll need to show that the borrower has been receiving this income for at least 90 days prior to the mortgage application. So this can be done with bank statements or canceled checks. You will also need proof that the income will continue for at least 3 years from the closing date. Now when it comes to voluntary payment agreements, so that's where maybe you have a married couple or maybe a non-married couple that has split apart and they haven't gone through the courts to do any type of divorce decree or custody agreement. So the ex-spouse or the ex-partner is making voluntary payment agreements and you would like to use that as effective income. In that case, you would need to document 12 months of payments. So again, that can be canceled checks, deposit slips, tax returns, bank statements. You must also prove that it's going to continue for 3 years from the closing of the mortgage. Also, alimony, child support, and maintenance received. So if they've been getting this income for less than 2 years, you would have to average the amount over the time of receipt. So you wouldn't be able to use their current payment. You would have to average that over the time of receipt. Next, let's take a look at public assistance. When using this as effective income, this is income that is received from a government assistance type program. And the requirements are you would need some sort of documentation from that government agency. Proof of expiration date. Now this is important to be able to show that it's going to continue for 3 years. If on the documentation you're not able to get any type of expiration date for the income, it does say in the FHA guidelines that the lender may consider that income as effective income. So you may have a little bit of a challenge there if you can't show any type of expiration date. Again, that's because it must continue for 3 years from date of the application. Also, you must use current rate of public assistance received in this case. Now let's talk about expected income, and this is pretty common when you've got someone who is maybe relocating for a job or they've accepted a new job offer or a promotion and they want to get qualified based on their expected income. So this can also be income from cost of living adjustments, performance raises, a new job, or maybe they're retiring within 60 days of closing. In this case, you would need documentation of the existence and the amount of the income with source. It also must begin within 60 days of closing, and you must also document sufficient assets to cover the payment and any other obligations between closing and the receipt of the income. So assets will be required between the closing and receipt of income. Now let's take a look at non-taxable income. So this is income that is not subject to federal taxes. The requirements are you must document the existence and the amount of income with the source. It must continue for 3 years. And for manually underwritten loans, it can be grossed up 15% based on the appropriate tax rate for the income amount based on the previous year. All right, everyone, that's all for now. Thanks so much for watching. For more tips and videos, please visit campusmortgage.org and watch for their weekly mortgage video tips designed for all mortgage professionals, including processors, underwriters, loan officers, closers, and post-closers. Thanks again for watching. Have a great day. We'll see you later.